Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gav Major, and this is a Let's Play in USS Kidd. It's a Patreon requested kind of. We're using Gleaves as the commander. It's kind of looking at the Kidd in two regards. One regard is that she doesn't have great torpedo range, and therefore she doesn't have a great stealth torpedo range base. However, using Gleaves, obviously, what we're trying to do is push that torpedo range out, and also just maximise our concealment as well there, although we haven't gone for fragile threat. And then also, the reason why I'm taking the Kidd is basically a Fletcher class destroyer. However, she's had one of her torpedo launchers removed in order to have a improved anti-aircraft component. So we're going to be taking a look at the obviously the anti-aircraft capability of a destroyer as well, and how probably the introduction of carriers has impacted destroyer gameplay. Now, it's taken me a while to actually finally get around to recording the game with the Kidd, because it's a little bit of a pain trying to find games with carriers in. Because tier 6 is one of those tiers where you can't forcibly make it so that there's a carrier in your game. The reason being is obviously there aren't tier 6 carriers, there's only tier 5 and tier 7. And once we got rid of this Kagero, which shouldn't take much longer because their HP is whittling down quite quickly. That's one thing I do like about the Kidd. Her guns are very hard hitting. So probably only one more volley needed. Nope. There we go. So getting ourselves first blood and removing the Kagero, we will damage con the fire, and we'll use our heal. That's one of the nice things with the Kidd as well. She comes with a heal. Now we are going to have to be wary because we have an Indianapolis here, and Indianapolis will have radar. I think it's a 9-kilometer range. So as we get some distance between us and them, we can take a look at the shipping forecast. On the enemy team with a mass, Shores, Indianapolis, Okachov, Siegfried, Scharnhorst in division with a hood, Shokaku, and a Kagero, obviously. So when it comes to the Kidd, she's only got those 6.4 kilometer torpedoes that you're probably used to on, say, the Mahan, and you've only got one quintuplet launcher. However, using Gleaves, I've been able to push that torpedo range out to 7.2 so far. Obviously that can be improved even more with additional traits and things like that. And then when it comes to the anti-aircraft capability, so I've obviously taken the anti-aircraft skill that comes with the commander. I've also taken the Japanese carrier commander as an inspiration. The reason being why I've chosen that one is because that does improve your damage per second with your anti-aircraft rather than your range. What I'm trying to do is avoid increasing the range of my anti-aircraft capability in this ship. The reason being is I feel that if you increase your range, you actually increase your detectability, say, from an enemy carrier, because of course you can't turn your AA off. So an aircraft carrier is going to, as soon as the aircraft start getting shot, the aircraft carrier is going to go, oh, there's a destroyer here, because obviously it's getting shot before it can see something, and it kind of then starts to hone into where the anti-aircraft is firing. So with destroyers, I kind of feel improving the range of your AA is probably not a great choice. So I have obviously avoided skills and traits and modules that improve the range. So in this case we have a torpedo flight dead overhead, but it's not going to be able to really do much against us. But I am going to try and keep within AA range and almost keep a bit of pressure onto this AA flight. Now the reason being is obviously the Kidd does have a dual purpose main battery, so therefore she does chuck up flak clouds, and those flak clouds have a range of 5.3 kilometers at the moment. So I'm just trying to give some AA assistance to this Nagato. Losing track of where the flight is, and unfortunately we can't look up as much as I would like. However, I think through the combined assistance of the Nagato's catapult fighter and my AA and his AA, we've been able to remove the torpedo flight. Now we have bombers coming in, so going to be bracing ourselves up for those. Ideally, I don't want to be pushing up against the Okachop or the Siegfried, both of which are bad choices. And it looks like the enemy aircraft carrier is just trying to drop some fighters on the dive bomber section. Our AA opening up. We might even turn on our engine boost and just make sure that we can motor around at 40 plus knots. Might even contemplate switching over to the other flank. Obviously the enemy aircraft are going to be focusing in on the Nagato. So I think we might just move over to the other flank. Or potentially, maybe we might sneak up the middle. Amusingly here I'm spotted by aircraft, but there's no actual aircraft mapped on the minimap, which is most peculiar. Yeah, they've disappeared now. So, considering two of the cruisers are on the right flank, I might actually contemplate going up the middle. Our AA opening up again quite nicely. Our carrier's coming under quite a vicious attack there. Enemy dive bombers coming in. And our AA opening up again quite nicely. Enemy, friendly fighters chasing them off. It's actually quite pretty. So it looks like we're going to have to be dealing with a shores when we make a push into the enemy base. That's potentially scary because as a shores does have Russian long reach short duration radar. Now of course we do still have 2 smoke screens left, which is going to be helpful. Now we have the shores coming in. Thankfully it looks like maybe the shores is actually under a bit of pressure from friendly cruisers, so we'll get a volley of torpedoes out and we might even start working them over with guns. Now this is the nice one, we're undetected in smoke, however our AA will actually keep firing. Just gotta make sure we dodge those torpedoes. Even though we are on our smoke screen, we can't just switch off, unfortunately. Yeah, shores is closed in. Now remember the Russian cruisers have those 4-kilometer torpedoes. Damage con the fire.
Problem solved, sir.
We're gonna make a start on the base. Don't think we can reset the Sea Creek or this Okhotov. Maybe we might have to go after the Shikoku. I don't think we're going to be winning this one. however, I think this is too tempting a target to pass off. I don't think we were going to win, but killing the carrier was just too difficult to resist. They'd already started capping before us, so. There we go, unfortunately. I think that last second deceleration, re-acceleration probably caused us to miss that gap, unfortunately. But yeah, good fun in the Kidd, and although I didn't really get to take advantage of that increased torpedo range using Gleaves as a commander, managed to shoot down 33 aircraft in a destroyer. She's very capable when it comes to anti-aircraft capability, so that's one of the strong things about the Kidd, and I think the Kidd could potentially be quite a strong destroyer going forward. Especially if carriers do start to become more regular. Nice one about the Kidd, obviously she does have those Fletcher guns, so they do hit quite hard and reload quite quickly. Her only real downside is her short torpedo range, which you can actually buff out with Gleaves to an acceptable level, I find, so at the end of the day it doesn't feel too much of a hindrance, and obviously having that heal and being an American destroyer with that great AA is really quite nice. Only 55,000 damage. 3 kills, but top of the table, so I can't really complain about that. And managed to earn myself 409,000 credits with premium account and a common credit booster. I hope you enjoyed this little spotlight of a Let's Play in the Kidd, a potential destroyer to keep an eye on in the future. One I wasn't going to pick up until they definitely confirmed carriers. Now carriers confirmed, had to pick her up, I have to confess. And if you have enjoyed it, thumbs up, you know what to do, down in the description, commander build, modules, email address of the channel if you want to send in your own game captures, link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon. Until next time, I'm the Galloping Major, and back to the port.
Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the Galloping Major. Bumpity, 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 bump. Get out of the way there, you fellows, unless you want me to run you down. I guess this is the life. Now,